Today I'm going to be answering the question, how much does Silverado cost me? I'm going to be including the accessories that I've installed, maintenance that I've done, insurance per year, how much the purchase price of the vehicle was, and how much it is to buy a brand new one today. Let's jump into it. So diving into the accessories that I've bought for this vehicle, I bought these license plate lights for $22. They burnt out, so I needed to get some replacement ones, so I upgraded them to LEDs, and they're awesome. These tailgate letters, I added them on. I got them from Amazon. They're about $23. They just make the tailgate pop a lot better, and I really like them. And also, I blacked out all these tailgate letters, and that cost me about $24 to black out all of the decals on this vehicle. I bought this stubby antenna for $35. I think it just has a way better aesthetic to it, and I don't get it caught on branches while I'm in the bush, but I also don't get it caught on any parking garages or low-level areas when I'm going through them as well, and I don't need a long antenna for better reception, as I just generally use my phone for listening to Bluetooth and such. I bought new reverse lights for this vehicle as well. They cost me $40, and I can just see a heck of a lot better when I'm backing up at night, and I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna be hitting anything, and then also just makes me more visible when I am backing out at a parking spots and stuff. People can see me a lot better, so they know that I'm backing up. I bought this 2-inch leveling kit from Rough Country for $54. It just makes the truck sit a lot better, and I really hate that front rake on it. I always think it looks really dumb, so I threw in this leveling kit. Looks a lot better. It's mainly for aesthetic reasons, but it also does give you a little bit of extra clearance. This light bar cost me $125. I bought it on Amazon, and honestly, it doesn't really get a whole lot of use anymore. Bought it when my headlights were really terrible, and it made a world of a difference, but then I went ahead and upgraded my low beams and high beams to some nice LEDs, and they are far superior to the light bar. The light bar really doesn't make much difference now, so it rarely gets turned on, but was a great upgrade when my headlights were still terrible. These floor mats were about $150. I did get them straight from the factory though, so they are factory made, and they are probably one of the best investments you can make for your vehicle. If you don't have floor mats already, I highly recommend getting some aftermarket ones that cover the entire floor. It's gonna make cleaning the interior a heck of a lot easier, and it's just gonna make everything last a heck of a lot longer. So our next accessory is these wheel well liners. I bought them for $155, and I bought them because they didn't come with wheel well liners before. I think it's just Chevy being cheap on these lower trim models. I bought them to try to save the interior a little bit. Honestly, I'm not really sure if they work. I'm not sure if they hold moisture better on the inside that's gonna rot out the box quicker, or if they keep the moisture from getting in there and they save them, but $155, and I'm hoping that they are saving the life of them. The next accessory is these mud flaps that I got for $280, and I've had a lot of comments on them where people absolutely hate them. They think they're the ugliest things to put on a truck, and they keep asking me, why would I want to do that? Well, I find with this Chevy, it has really, really weak paint. I don't know if they just cheaped out on the clear coat or what happened, but it chips really easily. And I bought these mud flaps to try to save the paint a little bit. Even before putting an oversized tire on this truck, it was getting a ton of rock chips on that front corner there where the front tires were just kicking rocks back. Most of it was just driving on highways and stuff, so I'm not really sure why it was chipping so badly, but these have definitely made a difference, and I'm not gonna get any chips if I'm hauling a sled or a boat or anything like that behind me, so that's not going to be kicking up rocks for that as well. And overall, I don't really mind the look of them, and they're definitely going to help make my truck last a little bit longer, and that was kind of the idea behind them. The next thing is this bed mat that I got from Rough Country for $225. I think everybody should get a bed mat. It keeps jerry cans from slipping from side to side. You know, you're going to be standing in the back. It just gives you some more grip on anything that you're hauling. I also carry the dogs a lot in the back of this truck, and it just gives them something to stand on where they're not slipping around with their paws and stuff, and I absolutely love it. I think everybody should get one. Next accessory is the high beams and the low beams. I got these from Headlight Revolutions. They're $290 for the pair for the low beams and $290 for the pair for the high beams. I love these headlights. Anywhere I drive at night now, I can see perfectly. There's been a lot of comments that I've gotten around, you're just gonna be blinding people, but honestly, I drive quite a bit at night. I live in the north, so we do get quite a bit of nighttime in the wintertime, and I don't get anybody flashing their high beams at me. They are leveled properly, so there's a nice clean cutoff when you have your low beams on, so you're not gonna be blinding other drivers as well, and I honestly couldn't be happier with these lights. The next accessory is these running boards. I got them for about $1,000. They are from Boost Auto. They're the LumaStep M1s. I love them. I'm not really a big running board fan, and frankly, I was kind of skeptical about buying these, but I use them all the time, as you can tell by the footprints, and I love the light up feature on them. I think it really makes them stand out, and I get a ton of people turning their heads based on these running boards. Yeah, but about $1,000. You can get different features for it and stuff, so that's what mine ended up being, but they're about $500 if you get the base model. So the next accessory is these seat covers. I got them for just over $1,000. They make the interior really pop in this vehicle. This truck just comes with cloth interior, and I like the cloth because it keeps it cool in the summertime and warmer in the wintertime. That's my only kind of complaint with these, because I don't have heated seats. I don't have cooled seats. So in the wintertime, they get pretty cold. In the summertime, they get pretty hot, but they do really make this interior look really clean, and the seats themselves are easier to clean. And last but not least, when it comes to accessories, is I got these tires for $1,200 and I got these rims for $1,200. I had big silver rims on it before, and not a huge fan of those. I kind of like the blackout look. So went with some off-road, smaller rims, because I like more rubber, as I do go hunting and off-roading with this vehicle quite often. They've held up really good. I've had them for about 50,000 kilometers or about 30,000 miles now. No issues. The tires still have lots of tread on them, and definitely happy with the purchase. That's it for accessories on this vehicle. Next, into insurance. I pay about $1,500 a year to insure this vehicle. I have a completely clean driver's record, so I definitely get a bit of a discount, but we do have pretty high insurance here in British Columbia, Canada, so that's what I pay. I'm not sure what you guys pay. I'd be curious to know what you guys are paying down in the comments below. So now when it comes to maintenance on this vehicle, I've done about 6 or 7 oil changes on it at about $100 a piece. I've also done the front brake pads and rotors, and I've done the rear brake pads and rotors. And then, you know, the obvious stuff such as windshield washer fluid, new wiper blades, that kind of stuff. So total, the brake pads and rotors for the entire vehicle cost about $800 and about $100 a piece for oil changes. Let's say I've done 7, so about $700 in maintenance for oil. And let's add another $100 in miscellaneous costs to keep everything running as it should. So for total cost for this vehicle, I've paid $6,200 in accessories. Take that number with a grain of salt. I do some brand promotions and stuff, so some of that stuff I have gotten at a discount or for free. I also paid $1,500 a year for insurance for the last 2 years of ownership. I've done $800 in brake pads and rotors, and $700 for oil changes, and $100 for miscellaneous, so $1,600 for maintenance over those course of the 2 years. And for the total cost of what I paid for the truck, I paid $40,000 for this vehicle. I got a really good deal on it. Mind you, this is the custom trim model, but at the time I did buy it from my father-in-law, and he gave me a good deal on it for $40,000 cash. If I were to buy this vehicle today, looking at the build specs for what this vehicle is versus what they have today, there is some things missing. I can't get the double cab for whatever reason in this trim model. It was only giving me the option for the crew cab, and it doesn't give me the option to put a 5.3 liter V8 in here, only the 2.7 liter turbo. So with that, it was coming to $64,000 to buy this truck new, and that's without including any sort of taxes. But to total everything up, this vehicle has cost me $50,800 total for the cost of the vehicle, all the accessories, and all the maintenance costs to keep this vehicle on the road. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a comment and a like down below, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, take care.